Greetings, everyone, and welcome to our Workers Black History Month podcast. I'm your host, Amanda Goodman Berry. Joining me this month to discuss our historical Black leaders and civil rights activists and union organizers, Brother Gamli Appeal, the home of the civil rights movement, Atlanta, Georgia. We will be talking about how they fought for Black folks in America can have better living and economic livelihoods. Today's topic is about a Black man named Thomas Olive Jones, better known as T.O. Jones. For those of you who don't know this part of our history, T.O. Jones played a major role in the 1968 strike in Memphis, Tennessee, where Dr. King was assassinated. T.O. Jones also led 1,300 Black men, sanitation workers, with the famous slogan, "I am a man," to become unionized. After the assassination of Dr. King, all their needs and standards was met. And it would also become the turning point of 1968, the year that proved for gradualism, integration, and racial justice in Memphis, Tennessee. Brother Gamli, before we go into a question that I want to ask you, I know that you are very heavy on safety, and safety is almost like a number one rule that you drive home at all times. But the fact that in April 1st in 1968, two Black men lost their lives, Echo Cole and Robert Walker, both crushed to death in the rain that triggered the trash truck compactor in Memphis, Tennessee, that started the whole sanitation strike. What are your thoughts on that, and how does that look like in Delta today?
Yeah, safety is something I'm very passionate about. And unfortunately, there's a parallel between the Memphis sanitation workers and the Delta workers. When Echo Cole and Robert Walker lost their life in that trash compactor, that's what spurred T.O. Jones to organize the sanitation workers in Memphis in 1968. But here at Delta, we've also lost co-workers due to unsafe equipment. Matter of fact, when I first started the company in 2018, we had a co-worker up in JFK who lost his life due to unsafe equipment. So that's an unfortunate parallel, but that's why I'm so passionate about safety. We have to have safe equipment in the operation so that we don't have co-workers who lose their lives unnecessarily.
Thank you, Brother Gamli. That is great and well said. And also, Brother Gamli, because we're on a short time, and I want to also overemphasize this to those of you who are listening. We're just trying to cover the basic history of some of our legends that was lost in history. And we want to shed light this month on those legends who played major roles that stood behind Dr. King, that stood behind a lot of the civil rights activists and our leaders. But I want to talk to you one moment about one thing that was the major slogan and the integrity of Black men at that time. They wore a sign that said, "I am a man." How does that make you feel today in America that in 2024, we're still fighting for that same dignity as that "I am a man"? How does that make you feel in today's time?
It makes me very passionate, but it also invigorates me because I knew that T.O. Jones and those sanitation workers in Memphis with that iconic sign that "I am a man," and basically what they were saying was that I have dignity. And today in 2024, even though we're not facing the same conditions as those sanitation workers, we are facing some similar conditions. So if those men could stand up back then I can stand up now. And we're fighting for the same thing as those sanitation workers were fighting for. And that's dignity on the job.
That's right, Brother Gamli, and thank you for saying that. But I want to say to this because we don't have a lot of time, and we're just trying to do an overview of some of our great leaders who fought for us. I just want to say to you, Delta system-wide, Delta, we have an opportunity, the workers, I'm talking to our Delta workers, we have an opportunity to make history. This time next year, we could be on the other side of history, talking about how we did it and how we organized Delta Airlines. So I'm asking every Delta worker listening to this podcast that you have a voice and you have a right to vote for a union. You have a right to seek election. You have a right to union representation. T.O. Jones fought for the right to organize. He demanded recognition of his union. He demanded decent wages. He demanded that we had full time and benefits. So we're fighting that same fight for you today. So as Black workers talking to a majority airline that is minority, we're talking to you because we don't want you to keep allowing Delta to invigorate fear into your heart. You have a right to call Delta out. You have a right to sign an A card. So as I come to the end, remember, Delta won't beat us. We will beat ourselves if we don't sign those A cards. So get an A card, sign an A card today, and be a voice like we are. Be a voice at your own table so that you can eat a full meal. So Delta, we will not stop until we win this election. So I petition us system-wide, sign an A card, and let's be on the other side of history this time next year. And let's be talking about how we won this union. Thank you. I'm your host, Amanda Goodman Berry, and we'll see you in the next podcast. Have a good day. Thank you, Brother Gamali.
Thank you.